Hello, YouTube. Well, we've got a pretty interesting thing. They've been redoing the textures. Now, the nasty look to the magical textures, I wasn't happy about. Remember, these used to be brighter and shimmer, and now they look like shit. But I was okay with that, I guess, because they were only temporary things. I thought that now we have nasty. I don't like the new textures, especially the wood textures. The wood textures are shit now. And then the houses they used to look more light and colorful, and now it looks like I'm living in a fucking pit. Everything's dark and nasty. No, I like night dark. I don't like my fucking house and textures dark. You get it? You're not making the fucking game better. I mean, it looks dingy and nasty and not homey. I like the older textures, you know. And the community is split now. The community is split on these new textures. I personally think they look like ass. Why couldn't you give us a choice? Why didn't you say, hey, guys on the server, you know? And then I hear that the stairs are being changed to ramps. These were stairs. Look at this. Remember the last video? These things were stairs. Do these look like stairs to you? These aren't stairs. It's a freaking ramp. What the fuck is going on, man? Why did this even have to be done? Why did this have to be done? I mean, honestly, it really takes a lot of enjoyment out. And look at the walls look tiled like a fucking old video game. They don't blend together. The old walls blended together. They looked like, you know, they blended together like this floor. See, this floor blends together because it's based off the old floor, except it's gray. And these walls don't fucking blend together, and they look like ass, man. They look like fucking ass. I like the way this door looks, sort of, but even still, compared to the old door, it looks kind of like ass. And I'm not happy with the dark, dingy nature of it. The old stuff was homey. I enjoyed the homey feel of the old textures, and this is what we got. Like I said, some people like the new dingy, old-looking textures. I really don't. Not a fan. Not a fan at all, in any way, shape, or form. I think it looks like shit. And I guess they got rid of the old wood windows that used to actually be fucking windows that you could open and close that look like windows, and now it's the same bullshit where you have fucking shutters that don't let any fucking light in. So you get this dark din. So if you want light, you have to leave gaping holes in your fucking house because the windows aren't fucking windows. So yeah, not a fan of this patch at all as far as the textures go. Yeah, if they did something to optimize and all the other bullshit, that's all fine, but it's ugly. Did you have to make it this fucking ugly, man? I used to be a texture artist. I did better textures than this. You know? I don't understand what the heck they were thinking. And it looks like they replaced some of the meshes too. You know? I think that they did it to get rid of that bug because it did get rid of the bug. I am gonna show you. I'm pretty sure that this got rid of that bug of the windows being That's what I think that they addressed. I mean, the ladders are too thick. I had to tear down my walls just to place ladders because I couldn't place them, you know, because I got obstruction shit, you know. But yeah, we're not getting any of the strange stuff anymore because that was over a window. They fixed that bug. They did fix it does look like they fixed the window bug, and I think the textures, because they have the new meshes. I think that they built the textures around the new meshes to fix that bug. So I get that. I get how that kind of works. But at the same time, they could have done, I don't know, they could have done something different, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why they even had to make the meshes like that, you know? Why they couldn't have these pieces and then just scale them together, or, you know, scale them as they needed them, you know? Instead of having this specific stuff, if it was an issue with the clipping, you know, from the previous window floating bug, because it looks like that's what they addressed, was the window floating bug. That they rebuilt a lot of the geometry, and of course, when you rebuild the geometry, you need to retexture it. That's just a given. You can't just slap on. Well, you can if you scale them, but still, it would look like ass. If you were to have the old textures on this new geometry, it'd look like ass. It would. It would look like complete ass. So these textures look like they're the result of fixing that floating window bug for buildings. Because if you look at the geometry of the geometry of the walls is different. You know, we'll go down to the wooden. We'll go down to the wooden part of the lower base, and I'll show you. So here we go. We are gonna go down, doobie doo, down, down. And this isn't the best time to do this because it's night, but well, you know. And look at how dingy the wood looks. So dingy. Yeah, not a fan of the wood change at all. At all. You know? Not a fan of the old dingy nasty wood. I liked the cleaner wood. I liked the brighter wood, the browner wood. Now we got these things. Get some light on this. Now we got these things that look like, look at this. Look at how blocky that looks. You know, and they're using the same geometry pretty much as the stone. See how you have that? It's the same geometry. So they're creating, you know, stuff that kind of goes with it. I mean, they could have done a better job, honestly. You know, I understand why they made the geometry like it is, because they got rid of the stupid bug where if you placed a window underneath and ran over it. I mean I think that's why we have this new geometry for the walls. Look, it is. It's new geometry, and then you've got some normal mapping and other stuff going on here. Why they had to change it, I understand, but why the textures had to be so damn ugly? They couldn't have taken the newer textures and rescaled them, you know, map these out as more of logs, instead of this, and then this rock shit here. What is that? What is that rock garbage here? If this would have just been like wooden cross beams, I could accept that. Wooden cross beams would let the walls blend easier. This stone, it's jarring. It makes the shit look tiled. It doesn't blend together. It's garbage. Why couldn't they make fucking stairs instead of ramps? Why did they make ramps for shit? It's ridiculous. It's really, really effing ridiculous. It looks like shit. It's dingy and dark and nasty. No, I like the nighttime dark. I don't like my buildings dark. When I have light, I want the buildings to be able to reflect and spread that light through the fucking building. The whole point of darkness is to make the game feel fucking dangerous in the environment. Your house should feel like your fucking house. It should feel safe. Now, I'm happy with the changes to the HP of the house. That makes me happy because now my house, is safe, and it's going to take a lot more, than some stupid monster being dragged over to kill it. But the textures, oh my god, man, they're so dark and depressing and nasty. I don't even know if I want to log in for a while. I mean, I'm probably sure I'll eventually get used to it, but it looks like ass. Look at this. It looks like fucking ass. The only thing that looks good is the stone floor because it all blends together. The rest of this, no, it looks like shit. It really looks like shit. I really think I'm probably going to wind up going into Conan for a while and reviewing Conan's, the Conan expansion until Absolver, because this is to me the ugliest. Oh, just ugly. Just seriously, man. I used to be a texture artist. I know I could do better. And the fucked up thing is, like I said, the best thing about Dark and Light is that it's going to be moddable. And because I've worked on 4 games, and I know how to use Max and Maya, and I know how to texture, and I can do all this stuff. I can mod all of this shit, and I'm gonna. You bet your ass. After this shit, give me the tools so I can convert this shit, pull it into Max, or get the meshes. As soon as I figure out how the meshes are stored, if they're stored in standard object files or whatever, let me at it, man, because I'm just gonna fucking go in and just change everything. Seriously, because this is just bunk. Just fucking. Oh, the patch had so many good things too, and I understand why they changed the geometry. They got rid of all these bugs. They optimized it. You don't have rendering issues anymore. You don't have those clipping issues anymore. Yeah, you don't have certain mismatches anymore. I really am thankful for that part of the patch. However, the textures, man, someone dropped a fucking ball. Seriously. They dropped the fucking ball. I mean, honestly, would it kill you to have a choice or even have old versions and new versions? Have something that is based off of the old shit loosely. The brown wood I liked. This wood, not so much. not so much. And the stone, don't get me started on the stone. I've seen what the stone looks like. You know, I have. It's just, no, I don't even know what to say about it. It's just depressing. So I'm just gonna end this here for now. And this is probably, I'm gonna probably take a break from Dark and Light because of this. Seriously, I'm just gonna log in to feed my dragon. Log in every so often to make sure that Puff and my animals are fed. I'll probably finish the pen down there, and then take a break because this bums me out. My beautiful steps, my beautiful stone steps, now look like shit. Complete and utter shit. And my beautiful walls look like complete and utter shit. It all looks like garbage, and it makes me sad. I mean, some people like the textures. They do. Some people like. I loved the smooth stone pillars. Now I have rough, nasty, jagged pillars that look like brick instead of stone. That's what this looks like. It looks like fucking brick. It doesn't look like stone. It's brick. There's garbage. So yeah. So I think that's it for me for Dark and Light for a while, because this really has sapped my enjoyment of the game in some ways. The aesthetics, they're not as pleasing as they were. I don't know. I'm gonna wrap it up here. So thanks for watching, and I don't even care if you like this video, because it's ugly to look at. It's gray and dingy and fucking depressing. It's depressing bullshit. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you if you hated this fucking video, because I hate this video. I hate it. I hate this look. It looks like shit. They could have created better textures on their little model. I don't care anymore.